I was in the backseat of the car, barely breathing. My dad was driving through the night like his life depended on it. I had collapsed in my mother's arms with one of the worst asthma attacks of my life. I looked up at her, gasping for air, and whispered, "Don't cry. I don't think I'll make it through tonight." She held me tighter, tears running down her face as she cried and prayed over me, saying, "You will not die." I felt something between fear and surrender. The second or third day in the hospital, I was still weak, lying quietly on the bed. My grandmother had brought me some food, but I couldn't stomach anything. Then a nurse walked in. She smiled gently and said, half joking, "If you can't eat it, give it to me." Even as a child, I knew it wasn't a joke. She was hungry. I looked at my mom and told her to give the nurse the food. She thanked me warmly and went off to eat. I was just a sick little girl, but I knew it took a lot for a grown woman to ask a sick child for food. Up until then, I dreamed of becoming a doctor. An OBGYN actually. But suddenly, it wasn't the white coat that was important. It was the tenderness, the humility, the presence of that nurse. I already knew most of the doctors in that hospital. I didn't like the male ones, mostly because they were always trying to stick me with needles. One of them once yelled at me, "Stop crying, take your injection like an adult." But I was 7. A little girl who'd been through too many injections, too many tests, too many blood draws. Even sick, I found the strength to argue. I remember disagreeing with a doctor about whether Uranus was one of the 9 planets. He wasn't so sure, so we checked Google, and I was right, of course. But underneath that stubbornness was a little girl who didn't want to suffer anymore. The nurses saw that. They saw me. They never raised their voices. They were calm, gentle. They made me feel safe, still human. Now, when I imagine my future, I no longer see just a white coat. I see presence. I see resilience. I see the smile of a tired nurse telling a scared little girl, "You are going to get better." And I believe her.